This is a secret that nobody's going to tell you in order for you to overcome adversity. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance. And yes, that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, with that being said, because there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it does not apply, let it fly. But most importantly, grab your pens, grab your paper, and be prepared to take notes. In this video, we're going to talk about how to overcome difficult times, how to push up and show up and to persevere despite your circumstances, as well as some recommendations, some reminders, some disclaimers, and what to be aware of when you're experiencing this journey. Starting off with the disclaimers, take your time. You don't have to rush. That's the first thing that you need to be aware of and should be taking notes of. Stop rushing yourself. When you rush, you make mistakes. When you rush, you feel overwhelmed. When you rush, you're all over the place. When you rush, you become anxious. When you rush, you have anxiety. When you rush, you become depressed. When you rush, you feel unworthy. When you rush, your nervous system is not regulated. Breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe. Pace yourself. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing because you're not them. So yes, you can see people do the things that you want to do. Yes, it's possible. Yes, you're capable, but you don't have the same resources as them. You don't have the same experience as them. Yes, we all have the same sun and the same moon and the same 24 hours, but everybody's day and what they're exposing themselves to is not the same. You don't have the same finances. You don't have the same resources. You cannot compare your journey to what other people have been doing or are doing because once again, it's not for you. If you were meant to be somewhere at a certain time, you would be there. Think about all the times where you've been somewhere and you were on time and things worked out. And think about the times where you weren't somewhere or things did not turn out how you wanted to. You will realize that sometimes you have control, sometimes you don't. The best thing you can do is focus on what's in your control, which is going to be the second thing to be aware of. If it's out of your control, you have to learn how to adapt. You have to learn how to be okay. You have to learn how to be present because complaining, crying, whining does not change your situation. This doesn't invalidate your experience, which is going to be the third thing, but it's like, if you cannot change it, you can't change it. If you're doing everything in your power, and like I said, there's only 24 hours in a day, trying to overwork yourself is not going to help you. It's going to burn you out physically, emotionally, mentally, psychologically. It's going to drain you, and you're not going to be able to sustain or maintain what it is that you're working towards, praying for, or asking for. So the third thing, validate how you feel. If you feel overwhelmed, you feel frustrated, okay, that's fine. You could feel that way in a moment. You could throw the temper tantrum in that moment. I'd rather you feel frustrated, mad, and angry in the moment than for you to feel that way the entire time, to where you will let your emotions get the best of you and you don't persevere. You have to learn how to control your emotions when things are not always going the way you want them to, despite if it's because it's out of your control or unseen forces or things that are external. Because yes, sometimes we do have certain people, places, and things who try to distract us, who try to hurt us, who try to harm us, who try to sabotage us. Or a lot of times, if you're on your healing journey and you're maturing, it's you. There are certain blockages that you have to unlearn and learn how to overcome and problem solve and come up with solutions. But once again, there's no timeline to success. There's no timeline to your life. There's no age expectancy to life. So it's like, you don't have to compare yourself. You don't have to rush. You don't have to be anxious. If you're breathing, if you're taking your time. And number 4, you're being grateful for where you are. Of course, you may feel uncomfortable, but it's like, in order for you to be successful, in order for you to get past this moment, there's a reason why you're going through this. And of course, in the moment, nobody wants to do the things that they need to do in order for them to get to where they need to be when you've gone through a significant amount of trauma. When you started and you, let's just say, were excited and then certain things happen. Nobody wants to do the things repetitively, but that's what is required of you. This, during that time when things are getting difficult, is letting you know, like, are you able to handle more? Are you able to get past this situation? Because it's like, if you can get past this moment, you can get past anything else. And it's like, you have. And a lot of times you may feel tired because it's like, maybe you are doing it by yourself. Maybe you don't have the resources. Maybe you don't have the tools. Maybe you don't have the guidance. That's going to lead us into the fifth thing. you don't have to be so hard on yourself. You do have to be practical. A lot of people love to tell people to be delusional, and over here we don't fake it until we make it. There's nothing delusional about you healing and leveling up and motivating yourself and becoming the best version of yourself and financially being abundant, emotionally being stable. Like, it's nothing delusional. It's very much so a reality. It's very much so practical. So it's just like, if you're doing things alone, you do have to take your time. You can't worry about how people are judging you or perceiving you. If they're not financing you, feeding you, or educating you, or if you don't have certain tools to start certain things or to better yourself, you do have to work with what you have, even though you may not want to. Even if you don't feel like it, you have to have days where you're able to show up for yourself. You have to have days where you're able to rest, which leads into the recommendations. Number 1, be mindful of what you're able to do daily, monthly, weekly, and yearly. I created the 30-day consistency challenge playlist, and it talks about what it's like to be consistent, what it's like to be successful, and understanding that with consistency, with success, comes a certain level of responsibility. I'll have that somewhere here at the top of the screen and in the description. I recommend that you watch all of those videos so you know what to be aware of. Depending on what it is that we're going after in life, depending on what it is that we're desiring, like I said, it could take weeks, it could take months, it could take years. You don't have to rush or worry about the outcome as long as you're doing everything that you can and you're being mindful of what you're able to do throughout the days, throughout the months, throughout the years. If you know you only have 2 hours, 3 hours to do something within that time, when you feel like it, do it. When you have days where you don't feel like doing it, rest. I don't believe in working ourselves to death. I don't believe in that we have to work hard. I believe we have to work smart, and working smarter is realizing that there's only so much that you can do. And even if you wanted to do a trillion tasks in a day, like I said, the goal is to maintain and sustain the things that we want. So therefore, when we get it, we don't lose it, or we don't have to struggle to keep up with it. So the second recommendation is just knowing that you're doing everything that you can. Reminding yourself, reassuring yourself. So I challenge you to come up with some affirmations in the comment section, on your notes, and just whenever you have the chance to reassure you. So when you're going through difficult moments, you can remind yourself, I'm doing everything I can. Everything is going to work out for me. Nothing in life is going to last forever. I'm going to be successful because I'm not going to give up myself. I just give you guys 4 to 5 examples. Create affirmations to reassure you. Affirmations are only valid when you're doing the work. Now, of course, if you're not doing the work, trying to affirm something, try to articulate how you feel, express yourself, that's delusional. That's when you believe in stuff that you know is not true or not real. It's not that what you're saying can't be true. It's not to say that what you believe in is never going to happen. But it's like, if you're doing everything, you're walking in a direction and it's meant to happen, you can't worry about it. And that's going to be the 3rd or 4th thing. I think the 4th thing, let me know what number I'm at. You have to learn how to stop worrying. I know you don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. Speaking from experience, learning to surrender takes time. Once again, healing is not a one-size-fits-all. It can take weeks, months, years. It just all depends. But speaking from experience, we have to stop worrying. Worrying does not change your situation. Worrying does not help your situation. And if anything, like I said, psychologically, now you're affecting your nervous system. Subconsciously, consciously, physically, now you're causing yourself to have heart attacks, strokes. Now you're causing yourself to have diseases because you're diseased with yourself. Now you have anxiety. Now you're anxious. Now you're paranoid. Now you're depressed. Now you're suicidal. Now you don't want any and everybody to talk to you. Now you're shutting down. Now you're self-sabotaging. Lastly, you have to realize that when you decide to heal yourself and you decide to do something that you've never done before, it's unfamiliar. And a lot of times, if you don't have examples or if you don't have blueprints, you have to be the trendsetter. If you're trying to be the first person in your family to break generational poverty and you've been in poverty your entire life, it's going to take some time, because now you have to unlearn and learn things that you feel and were taught and shown about money. You have to take what resonates. You have to leave the rest. Same thing when it comes to relationships. If you grew up in a household where you only had one parent and you want to be in a 2-parent household, you have to learn how to communicate, how to be in a relationship, how to compromise. What are your non-negotiables? What do you want from other people? What are you willing to do, etc. You feel me? So it's a process. But it's like, you will be successful as long as you don't give up. And honestly, if you really want something, what I've learned is that you have to be okay with how things play out. because you're not always going to have control. Like, you can plan, so it's no shade to people that tell you to manifest, like visualize and journal and affirm. You can look at things all day, every day. You can talk about certain things. You can even have the resources and the tools. When things happen or certain things change, you still have to be adaptable. You have to be able to adjust. It may not happen when you want it to, or it may not happen how you think it is, because you've never done it before. It's different when you've done something before, you have an idea. And even with that, still, at any moment in our life can change, good or bad. So it's like learning to be open, learning to be patient, and most importantly, trusting yourself. Learning to trust yourself if you lack confidence, or if you have low self-esteem or you lack trust within yourself, takes time. So I'm going to end off the video with that. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns, I've been so tongue twisted in this video. Let me know. I think it's because these lights, you guys. I always talk about these lights. My setup right now, it could be better, but like I said, I have to work with what I have. It is what it is. I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm grateful that I do have the lighting that I have, but the lights are making me dizzy, and yeah, it's causing me just to say any and anything. But yeah, let me know if this video resonates with you. Thank you guys for liking this video all the way to the end. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for liking and commenting. Follow me on all my social media platforms. All the information will be down in the description box below. As I continue to work what I have, of course, I'm gonna, let me see if I move this. You guys see this? Like, I don't know if you guys can see this glare, or even this here. Let me move this, okay? Because yeah, that's like causing me to feel dizzy, and even the shadow in the background. But yeah, let me know what resonates with you guys. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. All my social media platforms are in the description box below. If you're interested in a service or session and you need someone on one time and some intimacy talks or just reassurance, click the link in my description. It's my website. But most importantly, just don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. It's like you've gone through so many trials and tribulations, and I'm speaking from experience, to where it's just like you deserve to reap the benefits. You deserve to see the good parts. You deserve to see the rewards, especially if you suffered and you've lost certain people, places, and things and materials, and even maybe a part of yourself. We deserve to reap the benefits and the rewards, because it's like, why suffer? Why go through all of that if you're not going to reap good benefits? What was the point? Don't think that there is not purpose with what you've gone through, okay? I love you guys. Until next time, peace. Thanks for watching.